We'll start with the Kolkata Knight Riders, right? For many reasons. One is, of course, they're on 14, and the second is the producers pushing it through. So we'll find that their best case scenario is they beat the Sunrisers, and that's tomorrow evening. The Sunrisers have played last night. They're going to travel and play again. 16 points they go through. A washout. Now, the reason we've got that washout in there is most grounds in India drain well. The one in Hyderabad is a little different. It's not particularly inclined in every way. So if it is a washout, it's still all right because 15 is fine. But in case they lose to the Sunrisers, then they need the Mumbai Indians to lose to Delhi Daredevils as well. Now KKR versus Sunrisers. If KKR wins, Sunrisers go into the playoff with 3 defeats in a row.
Well, for KKR, it's pretty simple. You know, they got to think of winning the game, and that's something which we saw in the last game as well. They were not really playing for net run rate. They're just focusing on win. SRH game for them is going to be a tough one. It's not easy. So there is no point going in the game thinking that you're going to work on your net run rate, because against SRH you would think of just winning. If you win the game, that's a hell of an achievement, because that's one team which has been most consistent right throughout the IPL.
Yeah. The thing with KKR though is they don't have to worry about net run rate. They just if they win, they go through. They lose, the net run rate's too low. But the tricky thing is it's a slightly dodgy pitch that sometimes. And every time I interviewed Ken Williamson, he'd say, "Oh, this pitch is unpredictable," and they've been winning 150, 160 games there.
Yeah, Sunrisers, I thought they played pretty well last night. They're up against the juggernaut that's got a bit of the kind of roll going. I think the KKR team have got enough to win in Hyderabad because of the spinners. They've got real quality spinners. Kuldeep Yadav found some form in the last game. We know what Narayan's going to produce. He generally produces every single game, mainly with the ball and also with the bat. So, I think the KKR team can surprise the Sunrisers there tomorrow night. I really do.
Now, if that happens, then it'll be very interesting to see what happens in the for Mumbai Indians, because then they will go into their game against the Delhi Daredevils aware of what they need to do, because there already have been a 4 o'clock game in Jaipur tomorrow between RCB and Rajasthan Royals. So what's MI's best case scenario? That Rajasthan Royals beat RCB. In that stage of the tournament where your friends today, enemies tomorrow. One day you're cheering one team, one day you're playing against them. So MI's best case scenario, if RCB go out, they finish with 12 points, they can't qualify, so it opens the way up a little bit for Mumbai Indians. They beat Delhi Daredevils, they go to 14 points and qualify. But if RCB lose, it doesn't really matter, because they can sneak in as the fourth team, and their net run rate will be better than Rajasthan Royals. So Mumbai Indians are coming off a win as well. If there's a team you want to play, it's Delhi Daredevils, isn't it, in the last game?
Yeah, or Rajasthan without Butler and Stokes. Mumbai just know how to win those key games. I mean, you look at
depends on which month though. In April they lose the key games, in May they win them.
But I think the Mumbai Indians have been involved in more close games.
Yes.
And I think it's a habit. When you start getting into those close games, you win a couple, you believe you're going to win every single one. When you suddenly get surprised and you're in a close game, or if you've been hammering teams and you're suddenly in one of those kind of real nipper of a games, you sometimes aren't used to those situations. So I would think Mumbai will win that game.
Yeah, the advantage for Mumbai is that RCB would have finished playing their game already. Now RCB last night was such an emotional thing for RCB. The players went round thanking the crowd, the team owners were around there as well, and it was such a high. And of course they then had to pack and immediately go. They've got to play a 4 o'clock game in Jaipur. You've played a few 4 o'clock games in Jaipur. How hot is it going to be?
It's not an easy game in Jaipur, especially those 4 o'clock games, because it's going to be 40 plus for sure, and that's
minimum.
That's
but they have to win that.
But I think what's going against RCB is the fact that the time in between the match. Like if it's an 8 o'clock game, you still kind of have enough time to go there, adjust, recover, and then go and play the 4 o'clock game. What's going for them is the fact that they're still alive in the tournament. They themselves were not giving them any hope of being in this situation. Now suddenly they are in a situation where the game against Kings 11 has helped them in a tremendous way, where their net run rate is suddenly jumped. So it's not that they are in the game with the net run rate as well, which is a great plus. So they have most of the things going for them, except for the fact that the recovery time in between the game is not enough.
I think
I think one of the big things that happened to RCB last night, they got two more players in form.
Yes.
They got Moeen Ali, who came out and played great and bowled nice, and Colin de Grandham.
Yes.
So it's not just AB and Virat. We know what they're going to produce. You would expect one of those, if not both, to get a score against Rajasthan. But it's the fact that they've got another couple of players that look like they found a bit of form as well.
I think this is their best balanced side now, because with Moeen Ali, they can get 4 overs between Moeen Ali and Colin de Grandham. If they do well, they can keep them going. They've got 6 bowling options, and they're a team of 10, so they can let Sarfraz go and play those swishy shots over wherever he wants to.